Gotta put on my sunglasses because I'm too bad to the bone. No. Yeah, my fans too. But I saw a thing, and to circulate better, you get your fan, you point it to the window, but you put it further away, so it circulates the air in the room. So the fan's facing this way, so it can push all the hot air out. Something like that. Someone a little bit smarter than me did a lot more investigation than I would have done. So I'm going to turn off my fan, but if I start sweating, you're going to have to deal with the noise. You're going to have to deal with the background noise. Because I cannot deal with the bullshit that is the bullshit that is I think my mouse is bugging. Oh, what's happening? What's happening with my mouse, gang? Oh, it's... No? Are you sure? Hold on, I know you can see my big, devious, fat mug, but my mouse is bugging. Stop doing that, you bitch. If I do this, though, if I unplug it, weird. Nope. It is. It's my control. It's the program's not on. Hold on. My autistic brain is having a meltdown because this is Task Manager, can you open up, please? OBS, DVD, client web checker, nope, in task, phones, anything, nope, in task, whatever this is, in task. Can we please, Xbox 360 controller connected? And my shit works, and everything's working. Check OBS, make sure I haven't peak. I like OBS. OBS is such a functional fucking app. I should glaze it, bro. It's such a functional app. It's insane. Like, people should get on that. Looking for a match. I'm gonna warm up on Survivor. What did I say works well with this perk? I don't know. Up the ante, yeah. It's not up the ante, but it looks like up the ante, which is why I keep on saying up the ante, because I'm going based off. You see how I get those confused? Up the ante and those two. I use them interchangeably. 5 moves ahead is such a stupid name. I'm just like, yep, up the ante. Anyway. Fog fire, what a bold choice. And I was going to say, what a bold choice. What a stupid choice, don't get me wrong. Stupid. I think I'm gonna put on some low music. That really helped. I can't believe it. Not on command. Sometimes I catch myself doing it. It's natural. But I can't do it on command, which I think is really weird. I can do it, but not ready and not on command. Haven't really tried though. Oh damn it, Squarespace. Sorry. I need one of these. I don't like Raccoon City. But did we get a good one? We did. It's Jason. Oh my goodness, he just calculated that one. get down instantly, I'm pissed. Oh, that's the mooring. Sick. If he gets it right, he can do that. Oh, bro, it's still burning. Woo! 5 moves ahead, bitch! 4.4? I like 5 moves ahead. 5 moves ahead is definitely a play. Shove it up your bum. Need to get out of there. $23 minutes. $23 minutes to play a mid-act killer, bro. Oh my lucky stars. I'm gonna play one round of Jason, and then I'm gonna play a couple rounds of Singu with that new perk. Who do I play? Lower Street. Always a go-to pick. Yeah, we could do drama scene. I don't have 11, so I could use her perk We See You. Like, I could just test a lot of perks I don't have. I don't have many, I don't have any of the Stranger Things Chapter 2 perks. There's a lawnmower outside, I don't know if you can hear it. I'm not closing my window. I will sweat my balls off. My nuts will be on the floor. They will have to go into dry cleaning. Hold on. I can feel it. It's getting hot. The sun's coming out. Like, it's not even midday yet. Like, it's not even the hottest it's gonna be. And I'm already feel. Sorry, I'm trying to remember where S is in the alphabet. I would honestly want a life. Life just means really flexible. Like, really flexible and flamboyant. Like, you could use that to describe someone. Like, it's an actual, descriptive word. I never knew that. And then I watched a twink explain it to me, and I was just like, yes. Dead by Daylight perk. And I suppose that's how they got the name. Because old DVD perks, first of all, most old DVD perks had a downside. Second of all, they used to be well more thought out. Like, Botany Knowledge has a description of you picking up herbs and spices from the campfire. Like, they all used to be very entwined with the actual game itself. Now it's just bully munch, butt attack, and it's just yeah, this bitch can twerk so fast. It's just the maximum velocity, and it's unrealistic. Let's just say that. And it's not wrapped into the game. Old perks used to do that. Like Michael Myers' perks, I think were designed to be little parts of his power, but being able to use those parts on other killers. But you get to newer killer perks, and they're just random ass perks with a license slapped on it. Is it Jason again? Yep. I've never seen that Jason. Just in case. Oh, I have drama and life. What a fucking idiot. But the thing about drama is sometimes you can't use it because you're not healthy. So having a secondary perk, apart from Sprint Burst, maybe Overcome, whoa, is pretty nice. Purely because if you haven't, and then you have Vigil. Because instead of bagging on a 25% pace, maybe 8 seconds hindered, you can get 3 seconds of 50%, 2 seconds of extended speed. You see that delay though? Yeah, he would I was gonna say he would have a spear because he just fucked. We can get behind this rock and I'll heal you. fixated value. Whoa. I'm not the obsession. I have a dud perk, don't I? No? Is it? Okay. Oh, okay, so VCU doesn't work with Steam Partner. That's a bit shit. So it only works with objects. And some other niche perks like the Walking Dead ones. And maybe like Blood Amber. Really? They have 2 blood perks. But you see how I now don't have dramaturgy because I'm infant. I wish I could fucking see him. But I'm playing a really bright ass map. Because imagine if his teleport was actually so usable that he could have pressured that hook, that unhook, but because his teleport ain't that good, now he teleports. It's just, he just doesn't get close. It doesn't, yeah. Hey, oh, Blood Amber. Spend them all in all survivors. So yeah, I have exactly 4 tokens. So on my 4th use of the key, I'm going to be able to abandon. Why do I have the abandon feature? This. Where is it? Ah, look at the twat. Yeah, everyone can see him. I can see the obsession's aura. Hey, look. Boing. Oh, I thought you were Jason, bro. You can't be looking young and slender, buddy. Oh, thank God we've got these glow lights. Is that what they're called? That's why we have this. You just get away from windows. Oh, I can see him, bro. I can see him. He's nowhere near. He's near. Oh yeah, this would be really good for flashy saves, isn't it? Yeah. How do you get that hit? What are you hitting me with? You big toe. Ooh, that's up. Here, send a crash. Go with the fence. What was that? I bet he's having a fucking fun time. I'm not. No! You bitch! No! Just stop. There's no way. Yeah. No way. Sorry, Christina. That's not a name. I don't watch James Bond. I want to say Rebecca. I'm brilliant with names if you don't already know that. Well, this is the way they're hiding all the fucking pallets. Uh-oh. I may be getting molested. Oops. I ain't got no fucking... Sorry, I'm holding my controller. I mean, wow. Whoa. What a terrible toolbox. DS? I checked on it. And no, just a save. Terrible, isn't it? Sorry. I'm not right-handed. I feel like a spinal squeeze in my right hand. That town though. I used to hate playing Fortnite Festival purely because my right hand was like generally had input lag, like it was much worse at doing those things. So that's how do I? Does he go? I can't fucking see anything. There's no fucking point. Jimping jerkers. He's a genius. 6 minutes, I'll wait. I think I'm going to refill my bottle or my glass. I already had a glass of Dr. Peanut. The Professor of Poop, that's who I am. What a banger of a song. Caffeine, sugar, sweeteners, flavorings, chemicals. I don't think they have sweeteners in this purely because it's sugar. No zero sugar for me. There's a clear divide between people like who want full fat and people who are like zero sugar only. Weirdly enough, it's mainly fat people that want zero sugar. I find that very backwards. Like you think they would realise that full fat is like this shit. But no, they're the ones that are like zero sugar. But the weird thing is like, what's the problem with sugar? Why do we need sugar alternatives? Oh, well, sugar makes you fat. No, eating, more calories than you burn makes you fat. And what's this fear about sugar? Marketing. Saying like, this is why everything has protein in it. Just marketing. A lot of stuff that we think or believe in is purely because of marketing. The classic one is the modern design of Santa came from Coke. The term jaywalker was used from car companies to blame the consumer or the pedestrians for car accidents. There was another one. The whole, recycling campaign is to pull it onto the consumer instead of the big corporations. But in terms of, zero sugar sodas, drinks, cokes, Dr. Peppers, I don't see the hype. Always tastes worse. Always tastes worse. I've had a non-caffeinated, no sugar Pepsi Max. I'm basically drinking carbonated flavored water. It had no effects on me. I drank it at 8, 9 o'clock at night. Went to bed an hour later. And because I have a low tolerance to caffeine, that's unnatural. Like this, if I drank later, I wouldn't be able to sleep. It's got sugar, it's got caffeine, it's going to keep me awake. I'm looking around suburban. But yeah, there's... I don't know why. I do believe there's a lot of companies do it where they make stupid with stores. There's a limited shelf like space. So if you make stupid silly variants of your brand, they have to pull it along the shelf. You can see it where it's like double strength, triple strength, max clean, and it's just the same brand, normally the same chemicals, normally the same amounts, but it's all just different branding, different bottles, and different prices, so they have to put the different items, like zoom, 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 and it will take it, and it will make them, it will make it harder for the, less spaces for competitors. So they can have just a bunch of stupid options, and it will kick all the competition out. And I think same can be said with big, drink companies. They're just making stupid flavors, stupid variants that just fill the shelves, but it's all just, Pepsi, it's all Pepsi Max, it's all Coke. You go down a soda aisle and it's just Coke, Pepsi. And it's not one big crate of Pepsi, it's one crate of Pepsi Max, one crate of Pepsi Max Cherry, one crate of full fat Pepsi. It's all different versions of the same shit. That's not where I wanted to go. Whatever. Yeah. I wanted to teleport, but I was on the right side, but I pressed the wrong button, so I was on the wrong side, which means I couldn't teleport because I had to cool down. I immediately went to this. So now I get this. I can go back to here. I can just get this. I teleported up? Hoi hoi! Hoi! Hoi hoi! Hoi hoi! jump scare one of these. I think that one up there. Sorry. I think my hands smell weird. Run that. Yeah, I could probably go down there. Oi, oi. Nope. Oi, oi. Oh, that'd be sick. Oi, oi. Calm down. I still get the M1, but I just wanna get better at throwing. Throwing back. Oh, I did that wrong. There's two people there. Yeah, there's two people there. You could tell by the red smoke. That's not the vibe I'm doing. Oi, oi. Dick. The hitbox is like above the head. So, slightly. So the males have a little bit different, and it's definitely noticeable on girl characters. Fuck! I'm with that one. Oh my goodness! Oh, you see that? Oh shit, the mini mower's done. Let's snap this off. Hui hui! Smart. Yes, okay, I'm better at that. I'm getting better at that. That one was just a test of skill to see if I can actually do it. Yeah, good. Well, that was just practice. Gimme. I think his power really relies on this hatchet that he gets after hooking. Yes! Oh my goodness, so good. So good. Hui hui! Yeah! Bitch. I should get, that's like the one thing I need. Like, I'm getting better at Jason. I'm actually, don't want to jinx it. I'll tell you later. Oh, bad RNG on this. Bad RNG on this. I've got no, hatchets. Yeah, but you see this? Doing very good, I'm very happy. 4.4, man. Very good. Very good. 4.4. Literally just where she is. This pallet's really good. Destroy it. I shouldn't be chasing this. Okay. More money, more paper. I'm just checking that. Yeah, there's no cheeky progress on any of these, just in case. Yeah, I was gonna say, this bird don't just disappear for free. Oh, you lag. I'm getting better as well because I'm like also de-rusting, and this map is definitely genocide. I hate to say it, it's bad for Huntress, I would say, which is why I don't like it, but it's definitely genocide, I can tell you that. So I would want to do that. Yes! You see, Ash? I'm getting better. Oh, hui hui! It does need a slightly faster charger. I think he needs the fastest in the game. It feels like he hasn't. Like, I think his projectile should be deadly, like fast, deadly, nimble, zoom, zoom, zoom. All of the above. Right. How did I lose so much distance? Wow. How am I losing this much distance? Look at that loop! Oh my goodness! Oh, I'm like, don't chase that. Don't chase that. So, yeah, that. Really? Okay. If that wasn't there, I would have got that as well. Maybe if I aimed a little bit higher. I went from a good angle though, I got from a good angle. Omnipresent Evil, honestly, just could go and go back. So good angle on this. Great. And make sure that other girl doesn't know here. So that's the one I need to make sure. I could go down here and go through this door and go through the other way. So actually, go through the other way. I wanted to break the pallet, but door does fine. Like I'm like inches away. I think the projectile should be a little. But I think I'm just used to me. I think I'm just used to a bunch of hatchets. Yeah, like that part of the power is right. You see that. Okay, that gets blocked, which is really nice. It means he can't force the he can't force the completion, which is really good. But if he was on it, where is she? I know she was there. I'm glad I destroyed that gem. So I just did 10% on that, it's regressing. Very good. Yeah, look at that! 3 kills. This is my first win on Jason. This is my first win. I've played 4 matches. This song is nice. Ooh. But the weird thing is you can't close hatch in this form. Like, oh, okay, I can track. Oh shit. Like, you see that tracking? That tracking, I think, is my green add-on. Life on this guy. Can't believe I never noticed that. Oh no, hatch. Well done. Yeah, so the extra tracking I got from that is, yeah, 4 meters, bloody smile. I think S tier perk is S tier, no way. I don't like this one. I like the bent wheel. $38 minutes. So overclock duration is increased by 8%. Not even worth it. I don't even know which one should click anymore. 39-minute wait. Actually. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I do like 5 steps ahead. I look at that. To me, seems. Oh my goodness, Dr. Ben. What a blessed day. I feel very... throughout my last 3 games before I won that one, I kept on thinking to myself, C tier, D tier. Like, I kept on dragging them down from like A to B to C. Like, if you're going against really competent survivors, you're gonna struggle. Like, it's very punishing to play a 4.4 killer with no power, with no, you know, easy to talk, like, with no... You see? Who the fuck text? My text sometimes I hit this. You gotta notice the red mist with Jason. Like, a lot of that stuff that I was able to figure out my teleport location was purely due to me picking up on red mist and realizing that's where I was from. There's no way you don't. So, yeah, 5 moves ahead is very valuable here. My phone keeps hold on. I don't know if you... I don't know if they can even see me right now. Oh, sorry. That's it. You reckon, you know, yeah, there's no way you knew where I was. I did press A, but I did press the pallet drop button, should I say, and it just didn't fucking work. So, hold on. Oh no, I died. Boo! Oh no. The horror! The horror. I can't leave spectating. "35 minutes? You're joking. There's no way I was in there for 4 minutes. Fucking swear to you, 40 minutes of toe tickling, bro. Just gonna start staring at fucking butt cheeks. I do this. I wear these if I'm sat in a dark room and I don't want a light on and I have to and I'm watching TV. So I'll have these next to my bed. And if I think my TV's too bright, I'll put these on. Purely because I don't want to go into settings, put it onto dark mode or like dim. Right. And then wonder why when I'm playing on my TV in broad daylight I can't see shit. It might be on dim. I could check, I've got fucking 35 minutes to waste. Where's my remote? Ah, I have no idea where my remote is. It's not where it normally is. Nope. I don't know where my remote is. Oh no, I see it. God damn it, I could put it down my drink. I have all sorts of settings on my TV. I have a blue light filter. I also think I have a blue light filter on my PC, so I have 2 blue light filters. And then I wear sunglasses. I don't wear blue light glasses, I think that's a bit over the top and I think they don't work. Remember that cream that like I think Pokimane sold that was like anti-blue light? That was the biggest scam I've ever seen. Like I do not believe in blue light being so much of a damaging thing. I think that light bulb is the light bulb is LED and not like a certain type, so it has a different type of light. I don't like it. Also, it says there's where the LED flickers, and it flickers at a speed that is indistinguishable to us, but puts us in a state of panic. I think LED lights are standardized because they make us go insane. That's, I believe that if you're not a conspiracy theorist nowadays, what are you doing? And for people who weren't before everything came out, you were a sheep. I'm sorry, you're a sheep. I thought they were eating mermaids. They were eating kids. Like, I think mine was cooler, but like if you're not a conspiracy theorist, then like, and you know, the mermaid one isn't really debunked. So, or like humanoid creatures, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, energy saving is that. I don't have a dimming feature on my TV turned on. But yeah, I think everything is standardized for a reason. And cheap for a reason. Because the people with no options, the poor, can only afford the cheap shit. Which means they can put shit into the cheap shit that hurts us in different ways. And I'd say light is one of them. I do like the big light. Not a lot of people like the big light. You know, autistics don't like the big light. I really do like the big light. I don't like it if it reflects onto the TV and I can see like a light. I don't like that. But if it doesn't do that, I'm not bothered. And if it's like light enough outside, I don't mind. It's better than watching a TV in the dark. But in a movie, I'll make an exception. Turn off every light. Like I could be eating and I'm just like, turn off every light. Like, I don't care. Oh, actually, it depends on the food.
Snacks, turn off the light. Dinner, turn on the light. I don't know. Very picky. Very. It has to be. And if it's not that way, annoyed. I get annoyed. Like not like stand on a table and like, you know, rah, like hulk out or some shit. What the fuck? Anyway, it's fucking the queue time slower anyway. What was I saying? But yeah. Because so if we're really going on light spectrums, having a big house light is not good, but having like specialized light to figure out to unlike specialized areas, so like a desk lamp, ambient lighting, and just like multiple different lights to like, you know, not have one big almost like floodlight just on everything. More ambient lighting, so like having like stuff. I can't explain it very well. I haven't thought about it. You can immediately detect the conversations or the topics that I haven't rehearsed in my head, because I actually just speak gibberish. I speak in a lot of yes and half sentences because I'm actively thinking about it or trying to pull stuff together and like talk about it in real time, and I can't do it. So a lot of topics I bring up I've already thought of. Which I think is fair. Which is why I also think I'm a very bad when it comes to conversations. Oh, this is the remix I like. Not the ad. Not the ad. 3 times the charm. Turn the man, don't waste your time. If a man's broke, the man he a joke. So you gotta get loose with the Henny and the Coke. Move on, get the bang on. Yeah, can I get a Coke with my rum? 3, 6, 9, 10, gonna drink wine. Tell the man not to waste your time. If the man broke, the man he a joke. So you gotta get loose with the Henny and the Coke. It's probably the clearest I've sang that in a while. They get past a certain BPM, and I can't sing along to it. Too fast. As you can tell by how I speak, I just very slow. I got 1 speed, and it's criminally slow. It gets anything faster than that, and I can't. Like, I literally can't think that fast. But you can't even contemplate. God, man, that's in time. So you gotta get the champion sound. Three, 2, 1, I'm gonna drink wine. Done, man, not to waste your time. Henny in the Coke. I don't want to play another Survivor match. Did you know the only Survivor gameplay that I loved was Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I've nearly played every single asymmetrical horror game apart from a few. And I hate Survivor on every single one of them. Apart from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They did it right. But that was more stealth heavy. That was more, you know, stealth heavy. Fight within necessity. 1-shot kill. Like, not 1-shot hook. Not 1-shot bleed out. 1-shot kill. Like, and then it's, ah! Like, it was 1-shot kill. And if it wasn't 1-shot kill, sissy, right, then your controls get inverted and it's just one shot. It's like it's a prolonged one shot kill. So basically, if you got found, you died. But then you had that one Leland that was just like 6 bone straps, and he was just like, "I'm coming. I'm stood next to this door," and he was just, "I can't chase that." And then I didn't like so I really liked Survivor because you could play Leland and you would be like, yeah, I'm beasting, or you could play Connie. You could play Connie, or you could play, who did I play? Anna? I played I think I played the main character. This is very rare for me to do. But I think it was Anna's sister we were rescuing, and we were supposed to be able to find it, but it was cut content. I kept up with that game for a little bit. There was a lot of things in development, but they just fucking sapped it off. Very good game. I liked Connie, I liked Anna. Anna had the ability to tank a hit. So she had 10 seconds of tanking hit every, 90 seconds. So if I got found by one shot Bubba, I had bounce back better, no drip, and lucky lockpicker. And then I think I just had an insane proficiency in lockpicks, and I used to just every time I was in the toolbox, I was just like, yep, and it wouldn't alert them because my proficiency was so good that by the time I got my lockpicker, it wasn't going up, so it was taking little chunks, so it was like, so I'll be like, okay, give me lockpick, give me bone scrap, and then I would run out, and then I would memorize, or I would look around for big heal pots, big pots. I would, from like Fortnite, that's what I used to call them, big pots. I would remember where those were. Would lucky lockpick the basement door, still have my lockpick because of lucky lockpick. Maybe Cook comes, bashes me, right? I use my ability, right? I tank that. I then go down a well, and then my ability still activates, so I take less damage. So I'm about half health. I used the serum, right? And then I go stab Gramps because he's already on like level 2, level 3. And then I still have a lockpick, so I could go jam main gate. And then I need to go get another lockpick because it normally doesn't work like that. And then I'll go back into basement, and then I'll grab it out, and then I'll probably get a fuse, or I'll get, or I'll run out main gate. So I'd kick generator, bang! Like it was. I love Survivor. Like, I love Survivor. And then Killer was just... The cool thing... I used to play Sissy. The cool thing with Sissy, and I think Hitchhiker, is if you crouched, you could hide in bushes, and you could not... And you're the only ones that could crouch, so you didn't set off bone noisemakers, and you could also crawl after survivors. Those things weren't stated in the kit, but because they were small, they were able to do that. And I think that wasn't capitalized on enough. That wasn't developed as much as I hoped so. So the survivors didn't really rely on bushes, they didn't really rely on noise. Like, there was a time where noise didn't matter. Grandpa was going to wake up anyway, so you would just spam out of it and everyone's making noise. Because if you didn't have a Bubba, no one spawned in basement. So you could make as much noise and get as much progress as possible, and that was the meta. So camping in a bush for 20 minutes wasn't optimal, but it was a part of Sissy's power that I didn't talk about, but I really, really liked. She also was bugged, which made her knife permanently poisoned. So you could blow your poison, and you could run into it, and it would coat your knife. So when you stab someone, it would invert their controls, which makes them run into you, makes them not be able to know which way they're going, and it gives you a free kill. It was bugged, so it used to have a timer, to be on your knife, but it wasn't. So it was permanent. It was a permanent sissy bug, and I used to play her constantly. She was my first, I think, level 10 max level. She was my first max level, purely because she was bugged, and she was bugged for ages. I loved it. So, and then she had the biggest blood harvesting score. So I would run around with like 150 blood, and I'm feeding it to Gramps, and he's like level 3 before everyone gets to anyone gets out of basement. Like I'm there remembering every blood sack spawn, because there's like 2 maps. Like I was an absolute demon on TCM, but then sometimes I would like solo queue up. Someone would have one shot Bubba, and I'd be like, I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this game. Like they would have one shot Bubba, like leather or rubber boots, and like just camp exit gate, and I'm just like, I'm not doing this. Like especially on Family House, if like you've got a hitchhiker, leather boots, Bubba, like you could hitchhike car battery, and then you could just literally have a one shot like down that main road, and it just, you would just get shredded. I'm just like, I'm not playing this game. These people are nerds. Then you see me run across like the field with my ability and my, you know, bone strap. I think I lost a couple of tussles as well, because I don't think I upgraded my strength. Leland had the biggest strength, but it didn't matter unless you got into tussles or you kicked the generator. Like that was the only, I think that was the most worthless stat in the game. But I love stats in that game. I think you had like a certain amount of proficiency points, and you could put them into their own respective stats, and every character had their own specific stats. And I thought that was so cool, because like Leland had like 20 proficiency, but you could bump it up with 30 points and actually get really good proficiency. So Leland, I think Leland had probably one of the worst stat spreads though, because he had so much in strength, and strength doesn't do much apart from lifting up barriers, kicking gens, the generator, and winning tussles. Like you always won a tussle with Leland, purely because he had such a basic strength stat. Like I really loved the stats in the game. Like mate, I liked it's so unique and different to Dead by Daylight. Like you had perks, you had powers for survivors, and you had stats for both killer and survivor. Amazing. So much variability. The skill tree system I didn't like, purely because if I leveled up, you know, Bubba, I wouldn't have got his perks on other killers, or you know, I wouldn't. They had predetermined perks, and if you went through a certain skill tree, you could select it. So if you had one perk, you were locked out of another perk, which was a kind of good progression, because that means you couldn't really stack, and it was all artificial. So they could fine tune what perks you could have gelled together, but you still had a pool of perks to choose from. So I could have Lucky Lockpicker, but I couldn't have, you know, quick dash or something. Like I couldn't have both. Like I had to always choose Lucky Lockpicker. That perk's probably the best survival perk in the fucking game, right? I don't know if it's changed. And then there was different versions of perk. There was Lucky Lockpicker, and then there was like Gamble Lockpick. And one of them was 50% and one of them was 30%, because I remember I played Leland and I didn't have Lucky Lockpicker, but I had like Conserving Lockpick, and it was the same perk but the stat was lower. And I was like, oh okay, so with this character, because they're strong in other aspects, they have toned down perks, which, you know, I don't like personally, having 2 perks that do the same thing but one's a bit weaker. Weird, but you know, for balancing reasons I can respect it. But I really like the stats. The stats are more important in the survivor side. Like, I think Connie and Anna had probably my favourite stats, but purely because they had a good proficiency stat, which means they could quickly gain items without alerting or making noise. So Cook couldn't hear you, and Grandpa wouldn't get alerted. And then other stats like speed and health were not really good. Like the weird thing with that though was there was one stat for health max, and then there was one for like, yeah, there was one for the amount of stamina you have, and one for stamina regen. And I was just like, I think there should be one stat, but you know, more variability. I was only salty because I had like what 30 points. And I had an extra pointless stat that I needed to bump up if I wanted to get a good stat. So a stat spread. And then on the killer, and I know on the killer stats there was damage, there was speed, there was stamina. I think everyone ran at the same speed apart from Bubba. Bubba had his chainsaw sprint. So there was no speed increase, but there was stamina like amount, and then there was blood harvesting, and then I think there was stun recovery. So blood harvesting, you got more blood to feed Grandpa on hit, you got more blood from blood bags, and you got more blood on a kill, and then you could hold more blood so that was probably your best. Damage and blood collecting, I remember, was the ones you wanted. Unless you had I think Cook had a terrible run speed, so you just bumped it into him. But he had insane damage. Bubba had insane damage. I think he should have been nerfed in his damage a long time ago. Because one-shot Bubba uses like 2 or 3 perks, and a maximum damage bar in his stats to get the one shot. And it was one shot, but it was one shot on people that haven't put stats into their into their health department. So there was a lot of complexity off rip. There was a lot of complexity. It's almost like, if you've ever played Pokemon, it's like IV and EV training. Like, that's the best way I could put it. Like, it was basically just IVs for survivors, which I thought was pretty cool. And killers. I think killers should have had more variables. That could be changed, but like in the killers, that it wasn't very complex. And the perk selection and the way you got your perks, like no perk was permanent, and you had to level up perks by XP. So you had to use the perk on the shit level to gain enough experience to level up the perk and your power, which I think hurt progression. And in the beta, or on one of the first weeks of release, there was a glitch where you didn't level up unless you stuck all the way till the end, and that hurt people's progression. There was a couple of things that did really, really bad for the game, but could easily be fixed with, you know, if they didn't fumble it. But they fumbled it so bad. They started arguing with the community. They started getting uptight and, you know, like, oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're just hating for no reason. Like, they started getting like dickish and like stubborn. It was like, no, we like your game, but there's clear issues with it. It gets stale fast. It lacks a little bit of complexity. There's immediately a couple of OP shit in the game. Stunning the killers felt really, really awful on the killer side. Like, Doors stunning killers. I think they shouldn't have stunned, like, I think Bubba should be unstunnable. I think that should be base kit. Like, I love killers that have like passives. Like this, like in the like very unique passives. Like imagine if, you know, and even maybe sometimes you don't need a passive, or the passive's very like basic, but like very unique. Like if you don't want to deal with this, you've got a permanent, you know, 30% less stun recovery or unstunnable to, you know, certain stuns. And it fits with their character, so, you know, like, imagine if Michael Myers had a passive that was just unstunnable. So head on, last stand, you know, he's blindable, unstunnable. Jason could have the same thing. And imagine if, imagine if Singularity had, you know how when you go undetectable, your terror radius shrinks and then expands. So when you gain undetectable, it shrinks. So it'll go from like 32, 28, 26, and it will slowly shrink, and then it will shrink back. Imagine if Singularity had a 3-second delay on that. Base kit, so it's passive, and it does it slower. That's the passive. That's the passive. Like, I would say the in-depth that you could go on passives is insane. And so you immediately feel this killer's different. Even without using its power, even without using its mechanic, it's different. It's not just a basic M1 killer but 5% slower. It's not just, you know, a slightly smaller terror radius killer. It has this attribute that you could use to its strength and ties well with its power or its identity. I think that would be sick, and then it would just be like passive. I don't think a single killer in this game has a passive ability. Every single one of them is a power. If you don't count like different terror radiuses, maybe a lullaby. Yeah, maybe the lullaby. Like every killer has to interact with their power to get, you know, something. I think passive. I also think survivors should either be grouped into classes like medic, engineer, survivalist. And then like cocky. That's the best way to put it. Like, what's it called? Altruistic. And they all have universal perks, but they also have flat bonuses and powers and character specific. Like a group of 5 survivors that are like medics. So, you know, Aurella, Claudette, Adam. They all have medic perks, yes, but they all have access to the medic ability, the med kit item, but maybe a better rarity, an iridescent one, right? And maybe a passive. And it immediately makes those, but don't make it character specific, make it group specific. So medic would be who else has healing perks. Shuichi. Rebecca. But then you go to gen perks, right? So the Stranger Things people, they have generator perks. Dwight, they will be gen jockeys. So they have passives, you know. And then you could even use perks as passives. So make them basically base kit, but for those. I think how Dead by Daylight uses perks is flawed and always goes like, unless you see it from a survivor, every perk's in play. Like you can't take a risk. Every perk is in play. I think it's too far gone. If there was a Dead by Daylight 2, maybe. And it would also make you kinda, you know, annoyed that some characters are going to be weaker than others. But like, I'm not playing Trapper. Like, I think that complaint falls flat of like, oh, but the customizations and the ability to play any survivor will be lost. And I'd be like, yeah, but I'm not complaining that I can't play Trapper because it's bad. And I could play Trapper. Don't want to. Like, he's still there, he still exists. He still has costume, he still has outfits. He's just not good, so I won't fucking play him. I might play him. But it will just allow for... But then you'll go into comp and you would see like 4, you know, Claudettes. But you would immediately know healing. You would immediately chase, you know, a Gabriel, and maybe he's an escapist, so he's got a couple of chase perks, right? So you're like, ooh, probably shouldn't chase this one. Let's go chase the Claudette, because I know she's a medic. But then you have a strong, altruistic survivor come in, right? He's got his own specialist perk, Metal Man, that needs, you know, 1 or 2 stacks, because it can be buffed, because only these specific subclass of survivors can use them. So, you know, an Ashley J. Williams comes across and bolts and uses Metal Man, tanks a hit, and you could have this, like, and it just adds complexity to the survivor role. So it's not just, okay, running clockwise. Oh, running counterclockwise. Drop the paddock. Greed. 50-50. 50-50. And I'm just like, oh, I don't want to play this. But if I have actual, like, you know, complexity to sink my teeth into, I'll be happy. God fucking. I think that's the one thing that DBD is missing is survivor playability, and I think that's why the survivor side is so toxic. It's because there's nothing fucking to do. There's no complexity. You get a bunch of like dopamine and serotonin from one match where you loot the killer for 5 gems and you're chasing that, because the rest of the gameplay is so mind-numbing that you're just chasing it. It's like you're just hitting the pipe one last time and you're just like, man, if I could have that game again. Like, I still remember the time I looped a Freddy on Hawkins for literally 5 gens. He didn't stop chasing me. And we all completed the gens, and I think I escaped. I don't know if I escaped, I just remember looping him. And I sometimes go onto Survivor hoping for that. And we can get rid of diminishing returns, and we could actually balance around, you know, classes instead of perks and combinations, because some combinations don't exist, and then perks can be balanced because of that. And it's just so good. And then maybe certain hybrid characters can be a part of 2 groups. So maybe a herbalist and a mechanic. So yeah, they have a selection of the universal perks, maybe their own perks, and both subclasses. So you still have a large variety of perks, and it's just. And then the passive ability and the eerie item. Like I'm like imagine that. Imagine, and then they could be all balanced accordingly. Like that would be my dream for Survivor, because then you could add so much to the gameplay. And then I think you could change the game around it. So window vaults, I think you add elevation finally. I think you finally add elevation to the game. We run around loops and pallets, I think, purely because there is little to no there's no variation in like looping. It's just pallets and windows that are your only defense as Survivor. But imagine if you could jump and like climb and clamber over stuff, and like, you know, have you ever seen Fortnite's movement, like the Omni movement shit? I'm not saying running on walls, but just fast sprinting, you know, clamber, jumping onto buildings type shit. And killers can be, and then some killer classes are better or worse at stuff. And you take off these glasses. Everything got extremely more bright.
Calculated destruction.
Do you not have to be in chase? I mean, fuck you. He knows the ball and chain.
This is better. The price for it in an inferior life form.
I know where he is. I'm nowhere near them. Oh, I haven't played Singularity in such a long time, can you tell? I fucking can. So many fucking buttons. So little time. Oh.
Better now.
Wow, he's really good with ball and chain.
This is not possible. This no longer proves promise.
This biopod is so ass. I mean, what the fuck? Are you better with ball and chain? No, you're not. That other guy was though. Getting fucking stuck on straight. Yeah. No. Ah, I'm very bad. Very bad. It's also a really bad map for me. Yeah. Really bad map for me. With no endgame perks, I think it's
You should then thank me for this.
waited 20 minutes for this match, by the way. Way more than 20 minutes, actually.
Rope often hurts.
Diminishing returns, that's actually cruising. It halved my 5%.
Terrible construction.
That still counts as a normal break, that's really nice. Please be the one down there.
You are on an annoying little worm.
No. I can't believe diminishing returns. Diminishing returns is only here because I don't think he gets that. It's only here. What the fuck has he got? Fucking. It's actually crazy. I missed 2 attacks. Remember when they tried getting rid of haste stacking? Then they kept it, but then they gave diminishing returns instead. Ah, oh, fucking hell. Go down, because This Jason perk has been worthless, by the way. Absolutely fucking worthless.
Your genes need minor alterations.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say I actually just don't see him. Really? Really? What a lovely fucking guy, eh? Maybe with an add-on I get that, by the way. Really? I know where two of them are, though. God damn it. Oh, they died. Okay. There's still someone in here. No? Okay, okay, actually. Of course. God. Have you got a beamer? Is that why?
Can't see. Vision down.
4% by the way, 4%, 4%. Is it worth it? Nope, he's got life. Oh my goodness, was it worth it? Nope, he's got a better perk than me. Oh my shit, and it's got a cooldown. Maybe with someone who's better with singularity, but not worth it. When I could have something like corrupt or like I mean these hitboxes, bro. I swear to you. He got insane distance from that. You might have a champion. Like you see how I'm just not catching up. Bloodlust any second now. 5%. Like I could have BAM, I could have Superior. I could have a lot, actually, like, yeah, a lot. What a stupid play by him. Did I break this? Yeah, I did. Does he make it there? Yes, he does. Like, I feel like I'm running it in fucking mud, bro. Like, I won that mind game, by the way. That's insane. Won that mind game, That's insane. How the f... No change, direction. I fucking won that mind game. That is crazy in my opinion. Just the worst fucking palette in, you know, bad am apparently. She didn't vote. No, she didn't vote. Oh wow, I forgot there was a window there. Actually, okay, I've actually got a I can actually check that one. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what's the point of rescuing a bot? Wait 20 minutes for that match, bro. More than that. I played terribly at the start, but I was getting used to the killer again. I don't like what they did to them. I like our Singularity way more. Like, look at that, man. Like, no, I It's hot in this hot ass fucker in the room, I mean. Resurgence, Adren, Life DS. Fangman DC'd immediately. Like I wait for 20 minutes, and because I'm not playing Jason, they just immediately DC. I understand it, but I'm testing Jason's perk, and it's ass. All of Jason's perks are ass, and only one of the survivor perks are usable. Like, and that's it. I think I'm going to go back to out of the PTB. I think I'm done with this. 20-minute queues are just too much for me, bro. Like, there's just too much. So, how do I do that? First of all, I need to get out of DVD. Hold on, you're gonna see my ugly mug for just a little bit longer. Yeah, so I'm downloading it back, starting download. I think I'm done. 3K done, rings. I may be back to stream Dead by Daylight again. I don't reckon so. I reckon if I play any of Dead by Daylight, it will be just a little bit of a grind to get the Taiwanese guy. But yeah, I think I'm done.
trouble with me.